The invisible threat power doesn't always fall with a bang. Often, it decays silently, not with swords, but with smiles. Not from enemies outside, but from people closest to you. Machiavelli understood this brutal truth. There are certain behaviors that are so destructive, so corrosive, that tolerating them is like handing your enemies a map to your downfall. This isn't a message for the naive. It's a warning for those who wish to lead, truly lead, in a world where kindness is mistaken for weakness and indecision is a silent surrender. These are not just signs of danger. They are cracks in the foundation of your authority. Ignore them, and you won't be overthrown. You'll slowly rot from within. The silent betrayer. Loyalty in crisis loyalty is easy when the skies are clear. But Machiavelli believed true loyalty only reveals itself during storms. When power shakes and the fire rises, that's when you'll see who stands firm and who disappears. Those who abandon you in crisis and return only when the dust settles aren't friends. They're opportunists. If you forgive betrayal without consequence, you're teaching everyone around you that loyalty is optional. Your inner circle becomes filled with people who don't follow you for who you are, but for what you can give. That's not leadership. That's weakness in disguise. True power demands accountability, not second chances for deserters, the coward king. When fear wears a crown, Machiavelli warned us, the greatest threat to a kingdom is not an enemy. It's a leader afraid of his own power. Cowardice doesn't always look like trembling hands. Sometimes it hides behind moral speeches and endless meetings. When decisions are delayed, when orders are questioned, when action is avoided, fear begins to trickle down. Doubt spreads. An army doesn't collapse because of enemy arrows. It collapses because the commander hesitated. Leadership means acting amidst uncertainty. If you wait for certainty, you're already too late. In a world that rewards boldness, the leader who fears action invites chaos. Sweet poison. The danger of flattery. The enemy who flatters you is more dangerous than the one who opposes you. Flatterers tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. They don't serve you. They serve proximity to your power. Their praise blinds you, isolates you from truth, and makes you deaf to warning signs. A true ally dares to disagree, to correct, to challenge. But the flatterer smiles while leading you toward your fall. And when you're weak, when the throne shakes, they won't protect you. They'll vanish or worse, align with your enemies. Flattery isn't support, it's seduction. And seduction ends in destruction. The public defier, when tolerance invites, collapse. The illusion of power depends on perception. Machiavelli understood that one public insult, one challenge unpunished, can unravel authority. When someone mocks your order publicly and you stay silent to appear composed, you're not protecting your image. You're surrendering it. The crowd watches, they notice, and they wonder, if he can challenge the king, why can't I? Tolerance in this case becomes weakness. You don't have to crush every disagreement, but public defiance must be addressed, swiftly and firmly. Because once you lose the fear of those around you, you're not a ruler. You're just a placeholder, waiting to be replaced. Ingratitude, the coldest betrayal, there's no betrayal colder than ingratitude. You give, you support, you elevate, only to be abandoned when you're no longer useful. Ingratitude isn't forgetfulness. It's calculated. It says, what you gave me no longer matters. The ungrateful don't feel loyalty, only entitlement. And when power shifts, they'll use what you gave them to join your enemies. Machiavelli never told us to stop giving, but he warned us never to give twice to those who fail the first test. Mercy should build loyalty, not empower parasites. Once someone proves ungrateful, they've shown you who they are. Believe it. The untethered ambitious. Talent without loyalty ambition is not the enemy. Disloyal ambition is. Some of the most dangerous people wear smiles, stay neutral, and say little. They're talented, charming, and present at every key moment. But they belong to no one. They wait, they watch, and when your grip slips, they rise with quiet precision. These people don't serve power. They study it. And the moment you appear vulnerable, they position themselves as the better alternative. Either tie their fate to yours or cut them loose before they outgrow your control. Because once ambition slits the leash, it becomes a knife aimed at your throne. Morality as a weapon, the final mask, the last and most deceptive threat is morality itself, when it's used not to guide, but to manipulate. Those who stand on stages who preach about ethics and virtue while subtly undermining your authority don't seek justice. They seek your position. They use the crowd's emotions to frame you, to make you defend yourself against feelings, not facts. And once morality replaces strength as the measure of leadership, you've already lost. The public will cheer your downfall as a moral victory, never realizing they've traded leadership for performance. Machiavelli taught us, real morality is quiet. Loud morality is strategy. And a leader who fails to see that will fall without ever being pushed. The law you write without speaking, every action you tolerate writes a law for everyone watching. Allow betrayal once, and they'll all test your limits. Ignore a flatterer, and soon you're surrounded by liars. Forgive public defiance, and your commands become suggestions. These are not just missteps, they are precedents. And precedents shape the culture around your power. Machiavelli wasn't advocating cruelty. He was demanding clarity. See what must be punished. Protect what must be preserved. Because the downfall of empires doesn't start with revolt. It starts with a leader who refused to draw the line.